to Amen Common so Justice Yabua, a National Communication Bureau member, Edema NDC, and Afe Honorable David. Hey, can you imagine? And you made Diana Bernard, Yamame. Anole Jame. Baumiana Shahoned, a way about me boy home. And Rebecca was matching. Deputy Secretary, I was so West Wagon, Edema. NPP. Me mamuajo. Na ye nua do ne me wo beef. Justice. Na san ka me nua no.
Ana me se ye nua.
Ma bra yi momo en toto man because one dem hu say wa fa me ho adwo wa kire ho pansa no wa beta. Me wo fa me ho adwo ye.
Anyway,
bra ben ya.
Wa. Me ho afa me ho plan wa kire ho. Me say dey me say na mtie yo.
Adwen wo me tirimu no NPP adwen nti adwen
any asa.
Adwen o ma
NPP adwen wo team bi asa.
Justice and then you betu ho fo.
Oh, matu me ho fo ba.
Because when you ma utimi ye no nim.
Me ben Flagstaff House ntimi me tu me ho fo asa.
Wanyi no huni asa ne ne.
Obi abedi ne huni.
Huni nti ju huni.
Uni huni no kan sa.
Me say yes huni huni.
Anyway,
nti ju huni. Sister na
ye face here. Why? Na Justice ye share acha bi a fine.
Oh, Nyankopon de kawaye ne de.
Mechiawo.
E na meje so. Nyankopon ye ne de awi.
Me peko do dan kwane ma na ye.
Ama nipa brabo ayi.
Aka
na na rodan kwa kufuado de obeye
na de waye mu onya mu dem bi o de makọ IMF no mu anya relief onya mu dem bi e be ba so dio na de boys na ye de o ma brẹ me no ne besi fie ha besi pe David bibi aye fine
nyame adom bibi aye fine
aya waso west ogon
aya waso west ogon de nyame adom dadin empuntujuma erekoso ayawasofo ehun de ekoso
sa
nti ayawaso de ye ka akofo ado amamu a ye di ho mfaso pa
okay ene mu de mutiye nyame ne moboafo yen hase enra nanado president be kasa fine magana fo nyina ye tie bi e ma ye hu IMF no kwa yakono emfaso de be bre yen emu nsem ewo mu eni ade omudi ka me yete asese ye mfa nkrofo adwuma no kwa de ikenofrata ne di ka be kan eno kwa de na IMF no nche da ma ye bail out sa na em se eka conditionalities ne ho nti eno so ye number 1 na policies bi abai na role e wose ye review e wo ho eno so eka ho nti ene ho komo ne ye ba bedi IMF bail out na ye nya no ni ewo sunsanso bi wo yen Ghana for ya brabo so ana ho komo ene ye bebo anwumre ma ye ma famu de pa metimi aye nti sa wana waye akai e ko ne 10 na ma ba 10 na ma ba 10 another 10 ko si sa wana wane be so e be ka ba 10 minutes na ma bi phone lines no na wo mo tie ye no so abam because ye ntimi ni nkomo ne ntwa wo mu nyasa nti nhyehyɛ ye wo ho no mesrew obi kasa no interference ohwe na asem wo ka no wo points nti na book mo ba mapoa mo ho book do obi anim pen hye ho obi kura de extra pen brai David be what the pen be 3 and a buy the notebook kakraka
we e kontompo adie fo mo hwe kontompo
o ba do book kakraka and a buy 2023 diary which me say yes where have water resource commission nice one ya fa bibra me na me ntwirum why ya fa bibra me na me ntwirum nyame ne yambo afo Mama Shasi and free David ho. Omuna enra omuma wo speech. The next 10 minutes. I mean to
you rather than kwakofo ado. Am say me bona baso. Na me Shasi no mechia ye ma me Lydia say Yira Malhasa.
Ni nyina show 10 minutes ni mo na de yero ho chia.
MP papa pa. Ayo aso West Wagon edutwam say wo hwem puntunwuma ne de ekoso a me dana se na machia me constituency executives ne me party chairman. And then I'm original woman organizer Grace Champion. So now I'm say IMF conditionality issues. Sena nana do kind or see ya pass ya koho and beginning no ye MPP for ye magana for who say enya ade a ebeko because na hyehyɛ ya ye took akwan mu share 2017 ba bibia na ye sikasem eko na wiase mu nyina mpo ye boy abaso we one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Entina ye wa rehemu se ye di Ghana ebedrum pempenso a na ye wo se ye di Ghana edu na ye mfa nya amanyosem na situation a ema MPP aban ene yakọ IMF no eye clear am se Ghana ni bi enim say COVID-19 ebe bo oman no form free horse so nka ye ba na ayi Russia Ukraine suba mu enti saa enoma yi affect the economy of this country obia be dia dance say wo share your dollar exchange rate
Onua 95.1
prices across the globe ebe issue say petrol bo kosoro nti saa ne omani nyina affect aban no ne ya enwuma wo say ye ekwan a ne ye fa so hyehye yisikasem no ema no twi ba akiri nti enura yewura omampanyini Nana Danko Akufo-Addo ema Ghana fo hu say covid ne de ye di aba na wieye but na mo bisa question bi say na den na covid level ni nyina no we need those monies to actually cushion the economy cushion the economy no because share the macro the fundamental macro economy
because ansan you be introduce levy bia and we have a specific item and that's a reason why we are introducing that particular levy.
Yes, there was reason, but a reason does not mean that say we are immediately
95.1.
We have issues. COVID no, and yes, COVID ne yes COVID ne twamunti ne say twamu anesa. A twamu so ne nsensanso no eda ho
nsensanso no ben.
And nsensanso ne say affected the economy. Affected almost every sector of the economy.
Okay.
Ye nyina ye begye tum say enwoma a wo say ye di ba system num na ema economy ni gina no ye din ebi ni say fertilizer kura ho be ye din since covid ba ye aware sex fertilizer ho be ye din e be din ema akuafo but notwithstanding that no ye nua ne sem ye 3 year as a country yan rationing say ukọ ti say abrochia na ukọ akoto aduane 10 and ya more 5 ne ya more 2 we have been able to cushion all these things and then no can say it's not the same. And you know it is real say
95.1
na won ye ntwa yampia say bibia ko yie se na ye hwehwe ye pepper na ye wo more mine no ani bebia na ye di o mine hwehwe ye ekọ no and the records are there kire say na o mine no bon humodin. There was a time dollar almost 8 months and 6 a year. Now dollar was where it was, and that shows that the fundamentals of the economy were being put on a track. And you know, say eneno abani senya entina yewura Nana Danko Akufo-Addo ka say it was the painful decision to make, but say. Ubisa question me okay say it takes a government or a president who is bold to come and say adia na maye no eye me yesa mayesa na enya me pe say anka mayesa but because of say and that we should clap for Nana Danko Akufo-Addo for telling Ghanaians that it is one of the most painful decisions he has ever made as a president. And that is why we should see a good leader is a leader one who say bibi nkoyie bibi a meka ye se bi mantimi ani so na ono kra wantimi ani so no wo de toto IMF a ye nuanu NDC for koye those days na the situations were not the same. There was no global economic crisis, but wo de toto Akufo-Addo there's a clear global economic crisis no kra no, and it doesn't take a child obi already 5 years to him said there was a global crisis obi ashe max akwala wonim anything about economy kura hu say emre bi baya na wontumi nante kwaje say yechekire wanim ni ade so that clearly the argument of whether Akufo-Addo went to IMF is disgrace to this country. I don't think say obi obeka sabiam na unadwimu find the more money because so ohwe issues na enye the same obi nya dum so na de no call IMF. There was no global crisis. Obi so anya global crisis or COVID-19 issue to deal with. Onya Ukraine. It was between 5 cities, 3 cities and not. But yeah, baby, yenya flour free power. The whole world, Ukraine, Egypt to cry the almost short pan and all these things coupled to the inflations and more prices of a more annual money and be why crabba. And you know, say, and yako IMF, ni akache Ghana for say, ampa, as a government, it wasn't our plan to go to IMF. And it is a painful decision made. I don't think say any Ghanaian or any NDC communicator should radical it, or any media personality should radical what the president said. It's a sincere communique the president issued, and we should share that pain. That it is not the will of any government to say me tena was say me abang me mount me timamu form ho bechiromo. It is not the will of any government. When the edina tema enyane ya, when na eduane kita na ne baba sre na obema no mpata obema no owo. So that argument say MPP force omo ko IMF na omakofa yewura Bahomia say we will never go to IMF, and we are there. Yes, we are there because we went there for a reason. We didn't go on a normal economic situation. We went when there was a global recession, and everybody NDC4 started saying it, and the IMF4, when we even started, they came and they said that it is not the mismanagement of the economy by the government, but also we should look. The reality is that there's a global recession, and it has hit most countries. Is it only Ghana in this era that has gone? In the case of Mahama, compare, and the Cote d'Ivoire, many West African countries are going to IMF. Should we say they have also mismanaged the economy, and that is why they've got it? That does not suggest to, but what I'm saying is that the conditions, the economic conditions and the global crisis, the situations are not the same. And it is blind. You will be blind as whoever communicating this issue, relating it to the fact that IMF, the situations are not the same. Don Mahama, now your global crisis. No, we didn't have global crisis in terms of the economy. It was a purely mismanagement of the economy and lack of understanding of the fundamentals of the economy. They were building the economy on a straw. We came by laying the macroeconomics, and you could see all the indicators show that from 2017, our economy was growing by 0.7.
We were still in IMF.
Yeah,
IMF 2018.
Well, if we were still in IMF or not, they were, NDC was there. Why was it not growing? Because they went in there. And why was
2017 awokan na afa ne ya 2016 IMF mu na NDC di free power.
Well, NDC they are free power. Whether they came in power, it takes a prudent managers of the economy to be able to do that. And that is why we have shown the path. Okay. Until 2019, that COVID came. All indicators show that Ghana was one of the fastest, indeed, the fastest growing economies in the world. And it means that we have the men in
the world.
Yes, it was one of the fastest growing economies in the world. You can Google it. And we have been praised about that. Yes, of course. If you look at all these issues that has come with with us going into IMF, it's clear that it is not mismanagement of the economy, but it is the situation at hand. And the president has admitted, the MPP has admitted, and we know the consequences of the IMF. Of course, we have to cushion, we have to adapt to the situation that may come. Any situation, but the propaganda of conditionalities. Nobody, indeed, have seen the conditionalities apart from me, IMF dia ekita yenyinano. Yenyanu NDC for kita conditionalities being a China for. So do you think IMF is stooge? That say if they have to do concession, they will give it to
IMF.
When I see more document, I have asked all my NDC communicators throughout the week
NDC communicators when I was a free.
Why the
IMF document or more
IMF document me will be 128.
It was after the bailout, NSI release in a buy.
That is what you are saying. It was after the bailout. We are dealing with a document that is authentic.
So you want to tell me said the IMF of one cano? No, do you know what is going on between Ghana and China?
I know.
He doesn't
I know.
But in the time,
I know. So
What
what I'm
time
saying
so
is
mess about so. Mess about so.
Important issues. You see, me Mathieu Fuajo. Unim. NPP for you almost say Ghana for nyina adwen asi. Na omo cool school we no Ghana school dan
Onua FM 95.1.
And I say so I'm na free SHS nti e den na.
O de ye beba ho. Na hwasem oka. NPP for catch ye say ye nko IMF. Edi nti ne ko IMF. That's the question.
Senti na nanado so no kra na e ne ye. Why interfere into the nya abotre?
Bi e kasa mo bi ankasa. A rhetorical question. Who be say me question wa? Beti ha, I can answer you. Nanado so be start foforo no. No say obi hia mo sentre for me boa.
Ai, wo hia ba akopɛ.
Wo hia mo ba akopɛ. Ohun se amamu no, obu ne tre no, ontimi hia mo biem. Because our question we Nanado ontimi answer da. And obi ani MPP mu obetimi atwora ma ne so ko answer. Hwɛ, amamu ne yeden. Wa betena ha na wo ka and the Ghana economy was growing and it was the fastest.
95.1.
Google right now and show him. It was 2015. In fact, 2016, IMF country director predicted that Ghana economy will grow at 17% in 2018. Because of the prudent measures that Mahama de toho, if you come and meet that, and yet the way when Mahama was growing the economy, all right? When Mahama, that time, 2015, and I'm a call into poultry production. Because of Enshisheya Mahama Yetoho, Emma poultry industry in Ghana. Because of Enshisheya Mahama Yetoho, internet pharmaceutical companies in Ghana were growing. It will be a science sharing the encran na. Oba ofo say Onua, and never no ka say ye kran kosuya bagana na yato. Ye kran kosuya. Mahama nhyehyɛ no ye no na ye papa enti na me produce enkoko enkosuya enti ne enkran kosuya magana na Mahama wo target say ye be cut importation of rice sam hyehyɛ papa no eno ne Mahama ye to that is why ya Mahama call Canada kokopel grants no dia best support to small scale farmers near friend Maple. And a buying somebody to send this in MPP, and almost a buying. Intima delay of that payment by 2017 February, and it says he can't buy. We change in no year the planting for foods and jobs, and more good a human. And then where is planting for foods and jobs? Asa grant now Canada for the buy, we utilize it, you couldn't sustain the program. And then what's saying? Every sector of the economy in Ghana today, Akufo-Addo Aguno, apart from Akufo-Addo, or no one defy physics. When you are growing, utimi or sotimete or the only or yakesi. Apart from Akufo-Addo, who is growing in this country? Which sector of the economy? What buamaya say no? Oh, Bob Bessia, ye catch us a Bessia now, oh bono. One show my Ghana bedroom bibia yet mean try a Bessia. Mahama koto ekobo besia de beye terminal 3. Me no ka say 2021 ne terminal 3 besia na ekobo e no. Yatimi ati. Enti untimi nka nkire me say eye ka ema Ghana. Enti net terminal 3 ema Ghana mfaso. Momo de ne ye de he. Wa ma kokobo besia e de ba beye atuabo gas processing plant. Ene Ghana nkra gas enfi Nigeria. En Nigeria for be ka kire say ship bi akwakobo mo ayi emu amana pai enti ene Ghana gas processing plant e wato abo ye bo besia na ye de ye enti saa sika no ntimi meka Ghana ka ho wa bo besia de nam wie mu adwale awie saa sika no ye kofa he na yetua wa bebu mai basase ye ka ho san nya hu o betena ho any fundamentals as if you Ghana for just ye nim de ye you see.
Say, oh, come, mamas. Oh, can
my interfere no. Man can asem dia opesa wo kana twiro to ho. And justice wa sha ne ho so wo kasa nyina wa kasa.
IMF. Ade bia Akufo-Addo de na no boss wo man mu Akufo-Addo asay no. To the point yes call after COVID. Yeah, catch it or say, what me call for my sika or minor reserve never or na udi. And yet, say, you're careful because once you any global shock and now say external shock biana, your economy will collapse. Must that. Oh, Bob Bessia, a fake radio, so Sicano, and ya Bessia, a dear concession, and a wakwa G China for Sika. Sino Hydro. Oman can't say a exchange of a bauxite with money, Nanya Bessia no Wakobo. And the IMF, who could do IMF no, Omo the account say a Ganaka. Unsan cano crunch Ghana for, and would detrot Ghana for. Oh, Bob Bessia way in a real. And your Chelsea said you want mismanage economy no. You have to go to IMF. Wait to say Obia wako bola so. Enko bola so wako emo besia wako bo. Another analogy no. Oko besia bola so no. Enkasa awo. Enkasa ene aye kuro. And your Chelsea fako hospital. Niempe drone fanya so. Osi dabi enye kuro immune system ye strong. E kuro na bewu. Ene onanso atwa. Ye twa na so wie no se ye mo yense ma o se woni yetimi twa na so ma otena utimi tena o ma doctor twa na so nti ye mo yense man. When we were telling you to go to IMF a hand time je any koko 70 ekufo ado so wonko ba omia be catch like we are not going to IMF. Kenofriata, we are not going today, we are not going tomorrow. Ghana, we are proud nation. FDN 3 days before we went to IMF, no more catch us we are not going to IMF. And IMF, what has changed? Let them answer that question. At the end, it changes here overnight because you told us, my deputy finance minister, Eka parliament, 3 days before Ghana ebekwa IMF. See yanko IMF ne enquire IMF. It didn't answer to the Ghana IMF. At the end, necessary within that 3 days. Come and answer that question. You don't come and insult Ghanaians as if we don't think. What has changed? What now? Now, let me tell you the difference between NDC going to IMF and yours. A hand time, Yamfa Mumbai, share. Time I ever call IMF. No. We realize, say, Yatimia Yanchisha be brave, programs be brave. You call IMF now, and you're successful. So, what do we have to do? Yamfre Ghana Funina. Obia wonim debia fa economy ne hono. Brand be kire wadwen.
Nam ko senchi.
And ye ko senchi. Ye frɛ all former finance ministers. Oba ministry hono. Edien na wo ye edien na wo meet what are some of the challenges? Na edien ne ba ya ebia ema wo feli and something like that. So we made all this course. What we did, ne say setem na kwadwo ba redu wewu. Enti aka only finance minister ya wasafo mafo. MPP for so kwa mbe pam the free party. E na mo boycott ye. Ghana fo e wo pepa peso omo man ni tumpo no. E na mo de akua do. Oh, you see what we believe. On say ma me better na ho no. Na o ka say everybody because you say what affect us must be decided by us. Enti nya omo akọ school nko ani nim economy o. Kodwam ni ko bisai ma me no omo te economics as prachen omo economy universities. So ya ko discuss it. Ye homegrown policy ti ye ko IMF no ni ekita krata aseje hwem we ne pese ye dibu oman IMF hwemu a dabi we de ye kura yin draft enu nti no monko na monkobu so policy credibility ne say wo kwaje besia ebia you are not worth it. For example, to say obi otimakura ase mamponten na kwakwaji loan yetimi ka kire ne say loan no ebia misuro se wuntimi ntua na ebia makura ase rural bank ana any bank member bank akoka kire onya across fa besia na majesty nkoye ne poultry farm se koba se wantimi ntua ye wo sika bi ede be ma no yen ye de sika no ebe ma so IMF sika na na eba no that is how they use it to give Ghana credibility. And ye di boo mine nti yenya yenhye modie ne dia hantan nti tama ne ye ka kire mo se mommra ne nyina yenhye no mo se da bi yenkwa IMF NDC fu adwen e wo form nti no mo se yenkwa IMF mo na mo ma Ghana fu ohunu se abronye omo economics advisor sister wo kwa IMF a kire so wadwen asa who nim nyansa nti abe IMF memo nyansa certain die we no mdi Ghana for ene IMF into obi wo adwen wo mo party ni obi wo adwen wo mo government ni
ADC
medisi no wakodru IMF on sapan unkita hwe enti akoye se wakodru dwa so wakodi aniema no enti ye pese okoye se we dey pamochew ye kokodru Ghana ne ye wanhwe aka ban no kora ni 3 days we dey esremo monte so mayen ene saa na wakogina wa ne ye piepia wa ya ka kire wo se bra be ka kire Ghana for say every 3 months ye beto electricity one fere wa begina ha asane ye kasa abetena ha se ye mo ensem ma so wakwa IMF ba enti ye beto electricity every 3 months no aban ben na ye san hye ni biama na ne manfo wo betena ho san fere
Onua FM
wo pebia kan
95.1
enka wo don se gu onsayem pa Ghana for say ahantan ne dwai a de bu man no ba bia di akopie nie momfa nche yen sesei bia ye yen hyehyeye says ye beyi sa ahantan fo ni nyina afiri amanyoko nim na nka watimi aka bibi se ya kire Ghana for wo betena ha asif say chese onkoa ne se bi adwen wo tirimu a wo be kire Ghana for amamuo pa basayi a wo bu ye hu Ghana fo nyina nim ye kasam kire wo hwe ade ya me ya e wo man mu ene say wonim se Kwame Nkrumah si University of Education Winneba esi ho say enka training secondary school teachers na omo me kire ye nkwala na de Professor Jenana Opoku Ajiman aye lecturer ho abeye vice chancellor so otete enipa e kira de wo secondary
Onua
education
FM 95.1
wakwakofa free SHS aba and no kira say policy no emwa Ghana go back to Mahama policy no Mahama policy ye den ye say school no aban say tuition already a free meboa enti aban so wafa school fees no eka day student any board ani nyina no school fees no aban afa ne eka na emum se wo Yaa Titi wo pese obakoda boarding dia tia Mahama die ni o akufo ado se Dabi Mahama ni mamamuo me ba be mo obia ko school ni free wo mema oduane even day student ne kura e ba no mema mo one hot meal afedi okogina aburi kura o sa afi kura de one hot ne kura on enso ho a obesa mo obia chocolate di ene ene
me da se obesan ababiem
ene nkwala da toilet so no
mame ko ahoma no so within 5 minutes na me ko di san komo we tell
95.1
every economy na me ne economist ba ko wono so wa ben pa wo okay Dr. Samuel Walanyo Mensa dog enyumre me mo aju hello dog ba choti menka hello check a line na sign friend no mam yeah yanko yanim enti what time no na asho dada brother David Debbie, the next 5 minutes.
For a case, yena, and Yansan Qua is
Onua FM 95.1
yeah, dear, you feel say, a beb at your mind of a conking. Say, Obi a gun ni, no be criticize, say, free education. Enti yako IMF enti enya I think say be what bon I mean NDC for
mu dia he no obi abon
John Mahama
can say I free SHS enti ne ko
you have mentioned it as one of the factors oka say enuane a ye de man kola ni nyoma nyina enti ni nyina ka ho na aba ne sa and for me so oka free education enya so owura kan wonu tu na menkasa
and na me dey more example
owura me time na ofa no
me try say me at a doctor
don't misquote me.
Hello,
I'm here, so don't misquote me.
Yeah, doctor, good evening.
Good evening.
Me da se anwumre se wanya me wadaje me sro che me 5 minutes of your time na me ne Dr. Samuel Walanyo Mensa or economist or no enamine edi enkomo IMF conditionalities any impact economy no so any person no so eboyen yen 5 minutes na fi on fa MY enwumre dog me da se papa may assure say bailout ne ebaye no where the conversation na chikakra IMF wo mo issue statement ahodom ye nyina ya kenkan bi enura de o mapanyi be kan ya yeti bi no ni nyina wo kekasi ani a IMF bailout na nkasa no die na eye ede ma yen Ghana for ni impact no ebeye positive na say be negative.
Yo, Mida CP, good evening to our cherished listeners. I believe the IMF bailout the two-edged sword and
Onua FM
advantages and
95.1.
disadvantages, pros and cons, merits and demerits. And at the end of the day, no, I believe we need to see it from the angle, say, IMF bailout, no, and development too, and is only a package that will help us to stabilize the economy. And the IMF fund is not going to development project, but rather we are using it for debt restructuring. For instance, the government has borrowed from domestic market. Government has borrowed from most of the commercial banks, and we are owing, and we need to settle those financial institutions. So most or some of the IMF funds will be going to settle those debts.
Onua FM
Government
95.1.
owns domestic, individual, and commercial bondholders. Some coupon rates are due. Some also principal funds are also due. And we need to settle them. So the IMF fund will be doing that. Government has also contractors and people who have been engaged to provide essential services in the country, so we need to also settle them. Those are internal debts. The external ones, those that we owe countries. For instance, China and all other multilateral organizations that we owe so much. I believe, say, our debt stock, looking at it now, is close to 600 billion Ghana cedis. It's at the very high side. And when you take the debt
95.1.
It's close to 100%, around 94%. And if you look at it holistically, the IMF bailout, we're increasing our reserves at the central bank and our Bank of Ghana, and that to give us some level of stability, some level of strength for the local currency, and the volatilities may experience, as far as the exchange rate is concerned, will be quite stable. Besides that, I believe we're controlling inflation for a while. Now, apart from this, the IMF bailout, because of its conditionalities, will impose certain difficulties and hardships on Ghanaians. First and foremost,
Onua FM 95.1.
Our debt stock, thereby government will be imposing more taxes. So as at now, government has started withdrawing its subsidies that is really used to support Ghanaians. So meaning prices of goods and commodities will be increasing. Besides that, there are certain tax rebates that we also enjoy from the port and harbors. Government is gradually also withdrawing that simply because we need to be able to galvanize more revenue to service all these debts, including the IMF one that we started incurring. Now that will also make life unbearable and very difficult. Government is also imposing more taxes, as we know. Recently, 3 new taxes have been introduced. And it's really going to affect productivity. It will increase the cost of
Onua
living,
FM 95.1.
and it will affect the standard of living. And once standard of living is affected, people's health status will also be largely affected. And once people are not in good health, it's going to cause a decline in the productive capacities. And the IMF conditionalities have more disadvantage to us as a country than advantages. Government is going to freeze employment into the public sector, except few quotas will be given for only 3 sectors, that's education, health, and data security. And with that, cry is only about 25% that will be allowed to be employed. Now, besides that, government is likely to increase the talk time. So these days,
FM 95.1
data for 10 citizens. Instead of previously, we were to use it for maybe sometimes 3 days. Now, within 30 minutes, that data is gone. It's all part of government's revenue policy. But most of such policies, we push it on the various telcos. So government has not made any announcement. There is also likelihood, say, government will increase or review upwards the e-levy charges from around 1% to 1.1 and now 1.2. Beside all this, there are some petroleum levies, not charges, subsidies that we also enjoy. That makes the petroleum products, prices of petroleum products to be quite affordable. The government is really going to withdraw that. So in the few months or few weeks to come, petroleum products will be quite expensive, especially gas oil, gasoline, and that of LPG gas. And if you put all this in totality, you realize that there are dangerous and difficult days ahead. And there's a need for us to do social education and sensitization, educate Ghanaians on all this, so that people begin to reduce their expenditures at the personal level. Because at governmental level, things are going to be very expensive. Once the conditionalities, the bailout has been granted as definitely utility tariffs will go up. So late last year, November last year, I made a press conference with the Ghana News
FM 95.1.
This year alone, prices of utilities will be increased 4 times. Until we have seen it for the second time already. The next 3 to 4 months, the third one will come. And the last one will be coming around November, December. And this year is likely not to be an easy year for us. If there will be any relief, there may be early part of next year. And that may also just persist for just about a year. And after that, more difficulties will follow. Unless we have been able to revisit the Ghana Beyond Aid mantra, to produce much more commodities, goods, and services that we have comparative advantage and absolute advantage to produce. Thereby, if you reduce our importations,
Onua FM 95.1
dependency on the foreign currency for external transactions will also reduce, and that will give us some breathing space. So IMF conditionality is coming with hard and tough times.
Dog, medasi enyumre. We dey about the tougher medasi.
Yo, miss medasi pi.
Yo, and enti openya ne no kwa kasaye ye Dr. Samuel Walanyo Mensa or ye economist. We nyanchire mu bia. Eno anana do kan enra no say we see yakọ IMF but enya no na ebe ma ye ho atoye. Utie doctor analysis your de ma ya na ye say ahokyere ne de ye moaboa ye ho.
But omo can say still ya ho nkyere Ghana for afi ni ebedi de.
Na wo me.
Na wo so. Me kai say na o misko tu no na wo say
95.1.
Oka say factors are edi call sa.
What a factors wo be kasa ni?
Wan kasa.
Me say ade ma ye call for a hantan dwe any akoko say me but hold on. Ena me ma so
una wo miskoti no ntima ne clear mpacho 30 seconds clear na yenko
me clear no me ka hantan dwe na konkosem no and me kire Professor na Opoku Agyeman ne pedigree in education and wo two mofo ena mokofa health education minister a wo hwese eno no challenge no say enye saa ne te na po asem me kan ene de ya beduru ha ne enkwalada toilet so any how me so
Enti
why
to
did I tell you say
Enti
ɛno deɛ
ohwe
toilet.
de yewura doctor walanyo oba yo kan ya almost every if I listen to
Onua
him
FM,
careful
95.1.
say we may so it's based on assumption and predictions, so it is not that the things that some people are speculating like our NDC
I don't want us to limit it to NDC. Let's face facts. Say
is the fact because
no,
even if an economics, he is an economist.
No, my point is that
and he is saying that we may.
And yeah, we may assembly kawa hasisia. Say siya no, unim say na yato electricity
of
18%. Unim say na yato.
We are not denying the fact that these things will happen.
Enti man kasa we use we may, so it means MM.
No, why you so much more may means that some of the issues that he is saying he's not sure of, because economics do not speak based on proof, but they speak on assumptions, and that is why some of these things should not be seen. Say, and that is the reality that we are going to face. Yes, we may have some difficulties. We agree. We have accepted that.
So why you so may?
Yes, that is why. I am not economics, but I know that as soon as
no, me won't discredit it. Me resource person. I'm not
discrediting, but he's using the word may, and that is.
May you microphone every move.
Era. We are talking about facts.
See, the American say he spoke based on facts. Say, what IMF conditionalities na bata one say you not recruit one ma employment, and that one can Ofurata even said it in his budget before cry year this year. It's no cry the IMF nebeka oma kadada. Number 2, subsidies be wa na buying edema Ghana for. Ninyina was so you free ho. Sebe obetimia mobilizing revenue.
Those were not where he used the word
95.1.
He's
Enti wakabe si so say sa wukika we nyina si so a ekire say ye bekwa ahokyerem.
No. Okay, Odru on.
Say your own.
Yes, so
man you so need the five build. So what the build point I mean the best here this year.
The public is listening.
No, build your own point.
Who say
Ghana for so interpreting as a allow Ghana for to interpret it.
And your conk said your can. That is the reality, because once you are using may, it's based on assumption. It could happen. It could also not happen. Going forward,
build your facts. Don't build it based on my resource person.
Going forward, so going forward, sir. Communication now, MPP4 have not denied the fact that we have gone to IMF, and the president and America beginning. The president has stated
95.1.
Sir, it's the painful decision that we have to make. And Obika said, if somebody, a leader, sincerely come to say that, it means that he is aware of the consequences we may go through. And so we are not denying.
So you use may.
No, I'm using may because you cannot predict what tomorrow. And so we use may not to.
I will say
yes because he
no
resource person. Yes, no resource person now or kasa in the area of his expertise. If you are talking to me in my area, Nanado has not used the word may.
When I walk past, I'm not saying Nanado. I know how to may.
I interpreted the president. He is interpreting the issues, and once you are interpreting what has been written, you should interpret it as it is, but you don't come with assumptions that this is the implications that you are expecting. That might not be the reality, and that is why I have to come in and say that your resource person is saying this, and that may not be the reality. So be it. He has mentioned a lot of things. Why don't you want to go there?
What subsidies? No, I can't want them.
He said we may.
No, and what I'm documenting, they need to do it. What kind of document?
No, you can't
subsidies. They need to do it.
You can't be speaking to the public on critical issues like this, and consistently, I can count the number of times he has used may. It means that he is not sure.
Why are you basing your whole time on resource person?
Because what the resource person is saying is very important.
What time now? What time?
Arehosem we women say, "Oh, nim no say nya hombrase me enkyere no." Na minim se saa party no ko mu na antan ba wu.
O not your way handan.
Wonim ahantan you be a wonim no mpɛ so ogetum so wonim. Wonim.
Say ahantan timi mo bi kwa IMF. Mahama ko no ya hantan. Mahama ko no ya ahantan.
Obre ne ho asese Ghana for emra meboa. Eya hombrase.
Eno ni senchi na
ko bro
yesika no. Eno ni senchi.
Wonim. Obi a wasua economics minim so ye home economics dia eno de mentimi no nka ho asem by obi a wasua economics bachelor will say because you are dealing with human
nature FM 95.1
you don't make emphatic statements,
and that is what I've said. I have made that point here until you don't come and repeat it. I've made that point that he spoke on assumption.
Man making a point.
So on assumption. Say, let us assume. Hello.
In that case,
this is a we fact normally issue. say, if all things being equal, enti say ye koda ni enyane na chama wuntumi otimi yi gold wo TV so yi ebeka say subsidy na ban ye free ho no enyim free ho metua that assumption will not come in. So na mekere no na mom chama wuntumi anka so wo betua de a ye betua enunti ne yen make emphatic statement ye assumption no. So if you don't
Onua FM 95.1
the microphone is off and you don't listen to him.
If you don't even understand it in Qur'an, at least IMF document is out. At least get a time to read. And you've not read it. One kasa.
Just as the microphone was off.
But at least you see, you don't do that.
But you did that to me.
What
did I do?
Because they are now cannot attack me resource person.
You see, Ayare Hosem. Na say ya no mudibu man. Enyo no kwa de o kasa ya na so anu. Say ya. Nanko bi doctor no nanka doctor o hwese so be abekwa maame a why vice chancellor of university etete nipa ma bachelor de secondary school. Enso ho
Onua FM 95.1
pro vice chancellor university you tak fo nyina akokoye program and the papa be speak 2 free SHS. Come and see. Attend ye be ne no. Time wam President Mahama ebeka ase ba bia duru no eye. Ye nyina yen come together. Na yen jojo. Na yen review free SHS. Oba obe review. Almost see.
No, what you say review?
Hello.
Me patcho man making.
Almost see. Almost dictionary na MPP for dictionary no. Review means cancel.
No,
one thing.
You don't just say you review.
You see.
What do you have on the board?
You see. Because you don't read. When read the NDC manifesto, go and find out from our manifesto. You don't read. And who radio so on some what do you
another 5 minutes?
What kind of life is this? Masa.
When be our no 5 minutes na can me fam now.
Do that. Koko read the NDC manifesto on education. Your policy. Mo kasa NDC ni policy. Policy document, where do we take it from? When you are going to campaign, you bring your policy documents. That is your manifesto. Your manifesto niyama ototo papa so say no catch Ghana for so be. O say every village what the dam be call. How many villages do we have in Ghana? How many dams have you built? Dams now no so be no. No say the be Kuyayo or Pebrim. That was the purpose of the dam. En so te ne dam na we. What's the so man sika koto agu wuram onsan nya nuhu kasa me kan kire. How many dams no more building? Tama Mahama say before see a free SHS no or build 200 secondary school. O see wo be free SHS. As 350 what's the saying? Nya nuhu ne kasa kire Ghana for say oni nipa de kasa. Na un programme yen ade obe kan bi e befa. Oba be catch Ghana for agenda 111 ube see hospitals tema COVID-19 by who say Mahama and rich hospital no see University of Ghana Bank of Ghana for a hospital here and Ghana yegui there bufu sem crowd woman say wo health minister University of Ghana students ko catch to the extent so ko catch first lady erezi plaka so oni na nado ko dem na mo da catch so me bie hospital na mai ni enya baby ensua de mo chi ne kotum tama COVID-19 by na ye critical no ho ne health minister nom any empanifo na yare omukọ mu Ghana for enu ria o sa person be kasa say onko awutirim ni nyansa wonti yemfa nyansa ni nyina ma.
Okay,
however dia Akufo-Addo di yakudru IMF enu ni ye kan o mo mpese ye kan ye pese ye Ghana for ti ase ne say every 3 months ye better electricity into the MPP ni bi be catch us nye no kra ma 3 months ni nru ho 7 perifo so ko yire nchen no se man ba num wi a on share that tenten akwara ni dum wi a ekwa da ho enu ti 3 months there oh
for mad ya ya da kra no
no ko yire nchen no se man ba num wi a se we nya that tenten ano so ko akotwe ho penten kwa enu ti
ya na fasi na
midisi na de ko no o man ne bo o man na be ye menu mienu asede because say de agye mpanifo ne nsem
95.1
say yen konye Ghana nsi ho say nye ahodwo biem enye se dawdem menu kasai ene afi ubehu ye bie koko a ubehu de be ye akuafo ene obi anu a wo pepa so be poultry farm saa semo anu ke won say prof catch o say enka ye go bibi e wo comparative advantage and absolute advantage Ghana saasi bia kro bia ni Ghana ha o ya akokọ enyeyi nan company for wo my we mu omodwen akatama COVID-19 buy no it was opportunity for us to turn the economy around because Ghana ya green economy beboa ena ye kra niema ba so utimi anticipate say COVID na ba wa buruchire ho no onini me ye omre obi ni wasase ni baby a wudi duaduane ye COVID ne kra de sa yare we ne ye yare pa emayen because ne yare we no uko nipa mu a ne ye meboa uko fuo mu a enye ndua na besane ho enti ka fo ye kogu nguram ne yenkodo for policy papa ebeba ne yenko wuram nkodo na duane mu tasabre yesu
medase
Akufo-Addo antibi anye sa e de yete komuni aba bedru ha esa be ka kire say o ba be kire minim de opeso ye
medase oh 3 minutes na me call phone lines no so your person ka mem be si wasem me call phone lines no so
menua dabi menua wakasa na de me pese Ghana fo nyina tia ase ne se MPP aban ni aban a oba odwene Ghana fo ya policies a ye di gu akwan mu ene me am free ball ba moy ana mabusuam ana se
ena wusu ban te sa
free areas
ma me kan no nkire wu
ene
95.1
ye ma akosku a oma wi a ebinum anya other security agencies ni nyuma nketenkete eye no ene ni the fundamentals of building this country and isuadi na wo MPP etirim ana na do danko Akufo-Addo team antia di free education bae no ene say ye dachi ebeye yie obia ko school drum pempenso obia ogwa kwanya se odi yie enti se obi tena wo no oka se ono de ohun hia say ye be spend 2 billion Ghana cedis a ye de be hwe free education na sani panel say or the review beba review no so only alternative there. It's not the kind of government we want we are optimistic government. Yes yeah kasa ye be reviewer we will bring a master plan to that, but the NDC at the time omoka so me review they didn't have any policy. Oman timi anka say ye ba ni say no answer ye ba we will review it. It's when you speak in faith people will, of course we your review no is to strengthening what we have already done, and that's what we are going to do. And we have just said it, and we'll bring our policy down, and so give us some time. Yeah, the policy
05566924445
IMF account MPP government has brought it and it has come to stay. Yan free education munne yan twa mu kina no matter the IMF conditionalities. We are making sure that Ghanaian children will continue to have education because you go to Bessa, you new ma Bessa, you petro Bessa, but in India, a one patrimu no why a dia.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, Madam. Good evening.
Odini baby, I frame me free.
I'm in the dust, my friend, and Guabaria.
Mammy Tio.
May I think I can be sound to see. I am a second Abena.
Rabiem.
I am a second Abena.
And our first one, Abanodia one day.
Dabi Odena Butra Mammy.
First one, Abba.
Who's abound?
Aye.
Anna Aban Baban with the Baba Yeden. Anna second one. Ode Baba with the Bayan Bezo Yimanu. Omudi Baba Yam Putu Ajuma, and so Mudi Baba Yakin party.
Almost Omudi Bayam Puntu Juma.
And that's Mudi Baba Yakin party.
Yanti Kenke party womb.
Where I can't get past no Baba Yo. Hello?
Meet you.
Second one, third one. I'm better born another Abasu. You see, I know one dam, one this is all Guabaria. I mean, Sakumana traffic light. Dam be on my you. Driver for black one. Nungwa for Nungwa.
No, be also the one another Abasu. And I catch up today.
That tabletop on my on my Omu Brown baby be found.
That's it. I'll go one yet. Who be born another Abasu as a traffic light to be as a damn go. How could you? Good evening.
Fine evening, madam.
Udini baby, I frame me free. Na mintio.
Pacho Mikasesi go with the rampon.
Pacho Udin.
Maybe James Samoa.
Pacho mamintio.
Pacho, MP before Omo Kasa, Sinamusi Kasana, and I have a power. When the MP chan to Mount Baku, half of a quarter channel, a bucket at the person will get. School of Ghana in I could be. Because of a review, also be a reviewer. On a dear, any meaning, but what do you mean? Omoka said to any among Ghana, as a much bigger planet. The moon area of one, the moon 95.1. The wood of conduct no home over station walk. There will be one I want to massacre. At the Ghana hole, the echoes in a rickshaw. That's the music as some guys said the among one are due mutu. And when back. And walk over. The Cassia compare Matu, the Gufadua. And Melvin. As well as telephone or compare a iPhone. And then by the Ambukra. It's only about Media Man, which is in a Marba Casana, resource manager Casana, officer Casana. Yeah, catch your film mapper, so what party A party B. Who gets the basic account yet? We capat. You are your way there. I am not afraid to be a more interesting as a matter.
Asemu.
Onua FM 95.1.
Good evening.
Evening, Yaa Titi.
Odini baby, I frame me free.
The family famous Kasa Fijuma Kofodia.
Kofodia, famous my intio.
But you vicinity scientific in the science. Making me a codina line with Kasa to Obama when you're more.
Also, be some people inside.
Making me a codina line 3 o'clock after my chest or 12 Obama, no more breaking 18.
I don't know, be son, sir.
You're no new so. Mama who cheer adults were my own. Into Omonia with Trek, Sandy no more count the big and me, my imagine that abandoned dear. The best is in San. Yanishiram.
Unshrown so. My last 2 calls, na fe. Mama mu 2 minutes and then we wrap up. My last.
FM 95.1.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Me pacho Udini baby, I frame me free.
I'm a friend for Agna Yakro.
Pacho mamintio.
Pacho, I want you that about my Munti MPP Funti Womiana. I want you to papa and go for your own. Or come to do a bagana in us in Graya Juma. Nobody do. Taxes to Briba, Ogo my insurance, you won't win. And now, Cassette is a Ghana a wardiana. Ghana a wardio. Now the one take. Bye.
Hey, Well, I said you want me kura ne wo beefy. I said mo. Opezo bisa David asema o hwe so na o bisa na o de me asa o de me no
95.1.
Me so menya wo hwe. Good evening.
Evening, Yaa Titi.
Udini baby afre bi free.
Me kasa fi boche me di David.
Pacho ma menti ene wo name wa ha.
Yaa Titi.
Yes.
Pese o yi ma no. Se o ye Kristo ni.
Pacho ai.
Se o nim se heaven and hell e wo ho.
Pacho ai.
Me so me Kristo ni pa me gidi se heaven and hell e wo ho. Ma mi kan nu ka sem ni so. O nim de ncha ye bre wo Ghana pa. O nim de ncha.
Ma menti o.
O nim se ye bre esan se ebi mu wo ho a omu nim nukure no nanso omu dane nukure nani. Like even 4 years me back me obi jo 4 years or nukura for nim se hardship e wo system mu ahukire wo. But we still have people who come to
Onua FM 95.1.
platform no. They be able to say ye mu bi su banya platform no na e youth no bi yen ka ya agene. Because once all the course was is you know the truth but you don't want to speak. Who can different thing? Youth no like NDP aban omu say ebufu. Omu say ebufu. Unim nuka no ade na mu entertain omu mama. Won be ba be tell say atwantro. Saying all sort of nonsense things. Amunim so man nye nyama say.
Eh na na dwen na oja isa no.
That on the joy of no is very very unfair. Munya platform a wo be ba be kan nuka ni say ebe na aban no because wa back aban ni aban na osiwa all sort of unnecessary things no obesu say oye adipa. Wow. It's a platform now. Baba Transina, Kanya Sende, or mining for you.
And the answer they were good too fan. What I say. My family last caller.
95.1.
My family last caller. Yes, good evening.
I was on football and me some drink.
When council didn't be afraid me free.
The flow, we didn't Mordecai and Millennium City.
Patch on my mint you.
I remember more about Sunamin Chia. Memo account ba go this year school bin tia uchi anya sapo na wajo so ye san ba gemba na we nya tani bi na mu ma entity go bi se de magana for said we ni ma ye hu ye ni ko so nya ba efi 1992 or 2000 ahun tire wo mi ye hu bi former president Kufu Addo 2000 and 2008 ye hu bi Professor Moscow Ejo Mahama Yehubi. Next how Como Yeni and which they could go to Yaketea. Ghana,
Onua 95.1.
About time there were Madam Baby and Quality School. Obeying who the team who anymore. Now, we say, they get Namia about the whole thing is the friends of that Boabo and Nancy Biso. And before Mobu and Sapobi. And then about the Toyamia in the church and the church say, and that was what you also time as 3 years or Tiawa won't make up with it. Now you also about the was at Yashi. Sure. So if you tell me the Mapa said, but in the past, I could have the time is former president before you say it's a matter of you would take a president. Non your president. And your boy, by an issue of one that I see.
Meso medase, papa. 2 minutes and we are done. Obesha say anase. Say David registration ade ama ahonye.
Onim.
Onua FM 95.1.
E koso wo amamu onim nyina no. So no me kire no. Bibia kire se abu omo so. Sese omu ntimi nye. Hwe onim because of ahokyere wo economy nti. Onim se nkrofo odwane free Ghana.
Indian nkrofo.
Last year alone Inipa free GES etu kwan ekope almost year omo de ba bonten ebro 4,000 teacher for adwane free Ghana nansen nurse fo akwama say Ghana Health Service aputu freeze on clearance for you to go abroad. When do omo ye say open clearance na omo ya put hold on it no yetimema say 700 Ghana cedis and san yetimi a kire say
Onua FM 95.1
no ne ekoye djuma into omo create problem na na omo benefit financially out of the problem. Now omo create no. What na wama nurses for abraboye basa. Eno omo so omo kwa monone akoye dwuma. Afei de wo so o ma ne kwan ma ne nko na wasan akɔhye kwan nkyɛn. Enti mon probi se eye no kre so omo puti freeze on it. What it means they say obi a free time omo freeze no ebesi ne yama ne clearance no whoever gave that clearance should be sanctioned. Serious.
Okay.
But they are rather benefiting from people now. One more life, aye basano. You are rather benefiting from them. And then rantie brain drain. Brain drain ba economy BMU let's say economy.
Onua FM 95.1.
No, and him before na yen yabo ka training omo no. Omo tu kwan. Enti da Ghana ni obe yare obekɔ a hospital. I say nurse ni ho no. And obeti asɛm American yase. Odo ba be call school me say there aban school ni dey yegu no primary there because Ghana school ni minister abamu pani bia ni Ghana ha director bia ni Ghana ha Ghana education director bia ni Ghana ha headmaster kra for say omo for omo bank aban school a ne ba call aban school a basic into basic ni dey yegu no what na ho mfie mienu ni untimi nya textbooks enfan koma nkwala ubenya nuhu kasa be pache no afei de also kosisa textbooks ni nyina e de akokogu laptop so
yakwa digital
enkwala no digital mewa what teacher for me yiri teacher ni say for manager
95.1
because I dey chire dem fa so bi ani so what did teacher for sika say o kwa kofa laptop abrom bisa da ochena fa wa homa ne to abonti bisa say teacher for omo chanka laptop ni bi no omo mfre and wo bete de American yase enti we enkwala no ya wo for sika ne yesan abegege adi ni asan akofa yesika kakra amf sika na aba no omo padi o enti omo be kofa bi so omo de kwa kofa laptops abrem kwala no na omo asan adi
me da ase
yo mediaba
David
am say yedi kasa no be na wie no na nya yampia ye MPP for ya getum say ye ko IMF but ehihye ya ye di gu apunu mu no eye oman ni ye di oman na kane na o kasa no o say enyuma yen compare enyuma ye ba ye ya
FM 95.1
na yen fan compare NDC nurses for ya recruit na yen fan compare NDC enti se sa enyuma papa nyina akufo ado aban na eye ye kwan na ye build agenda 111 o muka say ntimi ma ye build a Cape Coast fishing I harbor Don Mahama uhu ya mechiro me bia ba bechiro nkura bi wo so na ya wakohwe udu media me na akohwe Sam George munua Sam George betena ayi mu sister station so mumu amunua onuafo onua
onye menua
mesi onuafo onua Sam George ebo akofo aben so abai so se akofo amano agenda 111 na ne die no is nearly completion ye will be wo adanse akofrum ye will be wo your friend is saying ye will be wo
Onua
FM
95.1
ye will be wo miamia bebre enti eye amambo papa yebu na ehu na Ghana for behwe ato abama ye 2024 enti yenuanum NDC for omo de yaw ne tan na ase omo pollutu nkrofo adwen na menim se Ghana ni bia otie ye bia nim se ye ya pen so enioma ato wiase a amasika sam wiase nyina akọ ayi no enye bi na eto ye wura John Dramani mama dum sokra egu enyuma but covid mu nyina no edum so covid mu nyina yetimi ma power ama wo ye hairdresser utimi ye wadwuma wo ye telani utimi ye wadwuma wo ye welder utimi ye wadwuma eye amambo papa ani adwene a adwenpa ye wura kofo adonya kopo ewo edima Ghana fo nti menua de omo betena ha ayampia kasantwie ana omeka but ye nim se amambo papa de MPP aban ene betena ma Ghana fo ye because ye check project to project NDC for timi form ho toto ye
na see ya friend David
ye wura akofo ado aban ase ni na dwuma point acknowledge am
acknowledge me na wo ye and I wo
si ufri bola ba mo dia and there was a utimi bodi no acknowledge me kire se dia me de beto me ho me free jama aye constituency what you say me free jama
okay
me free jama
okay Martin Justice Yeboah a National Communication Bureau member Emma NDC
me free chebi
that's how we
free Wi-Fi.
Yeah, go for Dubai.
Wi-Fi free.
Yeah, free Wi-Fi. Yeah, kwanya yesi enyina yaye. Unti. Yesi gu yesi enyina.
Opa, opa free wenchi ekobole. Kona kohwe kwan no. From Tingakra de ekobole de ukokra nyeye. Unim kwan na atwe. Nti akofo Dubai no. Waboa because wa mani krom yi na
okay
ena odi oyama afrika de na on pepa ni sakwa
ena kwa abrefo a eto abama
betumi ya de na wanye dabio ndc for
tomano asante for mo sempa
me na say
what
production mo abo adwuma Emmanuel Saki Don Papa Richie nyame enhiramo Iron Lady eyemidin ye won da sende bye bye